All right, so the election just happened.
What?
The
Did
Fed.
they not see our video?
Oh my gosh.
Can
Oh,
you
that.
play that? Is there a way you can play it, Vinny?
I don't know if the sound can happen off it, but okay. The clicker below. Thank you for joining us today. You got the clicker below talking about basically current active properties in the market. Inventory has trickled down a tad bit. But yeah, I'm gonna look to see if I can play that. I don't know if I
That would
can.
be great because I mean, our millions of fans out there would just love to see that video.
All right. While we're talking, I'm gonna try to see if I can work my magic to play this thing.
So I mean, besides all that, is there anything else new and original that's happened, Vinny, lately?
Yeah, I mean inventory's got. Oh, we're talking about the Fed meeting today.
Well, I mean, let's get the elephant out of the closet. The election happened. Got a lot of phone calls about what's going to happen in the future with real estate. And I just have some key things I'm going to share with you because now we know where the election went. We're not a political show, so we're not going to make political comments. But I'm going to share with you a couple things that are probably going to happen now that we know. A, people will still need houses to live in.
That is
B,
true.
there's going to probably be more inventory now than you anticipate. A lot of volatility between now and January. After January, expect a lot more people to sell with even more inventory coming on. And next, interest rates are going to be lower months from now. And even right now, you're going to have a lot of volatility. And literally, right before me and Vinny logged on this call, we saw the Fed jumped in and cut interest rates by another quarter basis point. So before everyone asked, does that mean mortgage rates instantly drop down a quarter percent? No. And for all of you out there who watched our show about a month ago, when we had a month and a half longer now, huh, Vinny? When we had the big cut by 50 basis points, interest rates only went down for around 5 days, and then they went way back up again. So don't be fooled by people telling you the Fed cut rates 25 basis points, which is 0.25, and you think that's directly going to be mortgage rates because that's not the case. So a lot of volatility will be coming with the election done, more inventory, but a lot more opportunities because people are going to make irrational decisions now that this is over. One side thinks this, one side thinks this, but the reality of it is one side's going to possibly make bad decisions, another side will capitalize. So if you're hunting for bargains and you're working for the right people right now, you're going to find somebody that's going to make a bad decision that will be a great opportunity for you, which is actually the whole basis of Sam Zell, the billionaire real estate investor that recently died, that he always looked on capitalize on harder markets because no one wants to go into them. And I think it's going to be harder the next couple months, Vinny. What do you think?
Well, okay, I'm gonna bring up some numbers. So the new numbers just dropped for last month. So you can kind of see list of sold for detached properties is down, right? So you're talking about around 97% or 90, 98 and some change, right? Also the same for attached, around 98. And we've talked about it. There's a kind of a softening to the market, especially in the condo market, but something interesting has kind of happened. And again, these are median pricing. So this is median attached properties. The median attached property actually went up last year. Last month, which is kind of intriguing. Now the detached balanced off a little bit. But yeah, that was. I mean, you're looking at a full picture when you talk about median, right? It's I think a better indicator than average when you're looking at the numbers. And I would still say there's opportunity in the attached market probably until after the holidays. So if you're thinking about buying, get into the market because again, rates are going to go down. I would say we can probably put money on it. The rates are going to probably go down after like beginning of next year, if
I
not
think
earlier.
I would agree with you. After I think when we hit spring next year, we're going to get a lot more, lot less volatility in the market. I think between now and January, I think you're going to have a lot of volatility where you're going to see spikes up and down and up and down, and it's like, you know, it's when there's volatility that there is opportunity, and this is going to be an interesting time. So it's like
Well,
you
like
have
you
to look
said,
at.
you want to lock. I mean, now the tough part about it, if you're dealing with a lender that's not keeping their finger on the pulse or keeping the finger on the pulse, they might not know when the best time to lock in rates is. I mean, it's tough, guys. I mean, you're trying to time the market, and if you're basically a buyer and you're trying to time the market on your own, and you're telling your lender, okay, let's lock it in tomorrow, let's lock it in a week from now, right? It's tough unless you're listening to it and focusing on it. You're not. I mean, David's in the business, and he does this on a daily basis. He has a team, and he does all this on a daily basis. He was out helping clients, and I'll be honest, he didn't know he just met because the Fed just met a couple minutes ago. But I mean, if he's doing
like 2 hours ago,
yeah,
I didn't even know.
If he's doing this on a daily basis,
I missed it. I mean, 2 hours ago they came out and did that emergency meeting.
How is the regular buyer that's going to do their own job and going to try to do David's job to know when to lock in your rate, right? So if you don't have a good lender that's basically keeping the finger on the pulse, right, like David, you're going to be hurting yourself, especially with this volatility and knowing what basically the value that you should be offering on these properties. I mean, you saw it, list to sold for the most part is under their list price right now, but that's not everything. I mean, we still have properties that are selling above list, right? It's knowing it.
You know what's interesting, Vinny, is there was another. I wonder if I could find it. I sent out an article. It's going to go out tomorrow as I put together the stuff, but they did a survey of the median rent in San Diego, and for the first time in a very long time, it's now gone down by $75 on a monthly basis. But that was issued because of the labor problems and the amount of expenses in San Diego for like food, gas, electricity, water, everything overall is now compounding on the renters, where it's like, if you're a smart landlord and you go, hey, do I want to make no money, or do I want to be nice to my renter and go, hey, I know economic times are hard. You can pay me $50 less or $75. And rents have actually come down some, which is very rare for us because most of the time rents here only go up. But it was just issued that rents actually came down. Let me see if I can pull that article up, Vinny. Maybe you can send it, or you could
email it to me. Another thing that was kind of interesting, and again, I'm a realtor. I can tell if you ask me about property, assess the properties, know what's going on, know the process. I can tell you that, if give you some insight into the lending process. But I talk to smarter people or listen to smarter people, like different economists that give insight into it. One of the things that was kind of interesting is they're talking about in a Trump presidency that he's going to put someone in the Fed chair spot that's going to push rate down, with the idea that basically interest rates are going to go down. That's going to, how do you say it, devalue the dollar.
That's interesting. I mean, let's once again, we're trying not to be a political show. The new guy that's going to be office is a real estate guy, and he's going to heavily push real estate. And real estate is a heavy factor of GDP, and real estate's a heavy factor of overall success of a lot of Americans to make money. So yes, rates are going to be lower. That's almost for sure. This was what I was telling you about. This was interesting right here. If you look at this, look at that. I mean, median rent in San Diego, $3,000. Month over month's change, down $95. I mean, it averages out to be around $75, but this is unique because a lot of these people here, what this tells me, if you look at a bigger picture, is people are leaving because they can't afford the rent here. They're going somewhere else. And then you're a smart landlord. You're either going to go, hey, I'll decrease your rent, or, hey, I don't have as many people to choose from, therefore I have to lower it to be competitive. So you're in an interesting time right now. This is the times where you see like this, it's the volatility that you actually want to see if you can get a good deal on something.
I mean, if you're watching this right now, please subscribe, of course, but also comment below. I'm curious to get your thoughts. What do you think is going to happen? I mean, after the holidays, if you're watching us in February, where do you think the numbers are going to be? Where do you think values are going to be? How much are they going to go up? If you look at like the older, let me see if I can pull that up one more time. I know we're getting into our window. But if you look to the median detached, you can kind of see the dips, right? So if you look at the bottom, 224, you see before that in the holidays, they went down, they went up. 2023, they went down, they went up, right? 2022, a little bit slightly, they went down and they went up, right? each one had a different reason why they did that. But what do you think, or where do you think values are going to be? Let's say in March timeframe.
Oh man, I actually think interest rates will be much lower around that time frame, and I think there's going to be some opportunities to get some good properties. Which it's not going to be an easier time because once rates come down, everyone comes in, and that's what you don't want. Like, unfortunately, nobody wants to hear this, but if you lower rates too low, too many buyers will jump in the market, and a lot of people will sell. And I think a lot of people are going to sell in spring if rates reach 5.5%. I think you're going to see an influx of inventory come across the board.
Please, guys, arrive, reach out if you have any questions. We're here to help out. All right, bye-bye.
Boom.